Hello, Father James Kubicki here. And if you're a regular listener to these daily reflections, you know that I like to talk about the saints, and also I have an interest in Catholic trivia. So here's a trivia question for today. Who is the patron saint of pharmacists? You've probably guessed that this saint was himself a pharmacist. It's not Saint Denis, the first bishop of Paris, and his companions who were martyred in the middle of the 3rd century. So that leaves Saint John Leonardi, a 16th century pharmacist who left the work of preparing medicines to relieve physical problems to become a priest and to provide spiritual medicine for people. Last year we celebrated the 400th anniversary of his death, and on the occasion Pope Benedict said the following about him. Dear brothers and sisters, the luminous figure of this saint invites all Christians to strive constantly for the high standard of Christian living, which means holiness. The 16th century was characterized by an undue separation between faith and reason that produced, among its negative effects, the marginalization of God, with the illusion of the possible and total autonomy of man, who chooses to live as though God did not exist. This is the crisis of modern thought, which I have frequently had the opportunity to point out, and which often leads to forms of relativism. John Leonardi perceived what the real medicine for these spiritual evils was, and summed it up in the expression, Christ first of all. And, St. John said forcefully, humanity stands in extreme need of Christ because he is our measure. There is no area that cannot be touched by his power. There is no evil that cannot find a remedy in him, no problem that is not resolved in him. Either Christ or nothing. This was John's recipe for every type of spiritual and social reform.